Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
And I'm Mike.
And we're coming to you from the PUDcave, located here in Game Swap in beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what's going on?
Not a whole lot of sleep last night.
Speak for yourself, brother. I got a solid 8. Feeling great.
Well, before we get into that, we got a full house in here,
brother,
for sure.
PUDcave is popping, man.
Yeah.
It is popping today.
Absolutely. But if you're familiar with Shudder, the online horror streaming site.
I know one of our guests definitely probably has a little insight to that.
Yeah, and he was awake for that.
Yes.
All night. Joe Bob Briggs marathon of the whole Phantasm franchise.
Jesus, man.
Every one of them, except for 2, which they could not. Yeah.
They didn't have the rights for it, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
Well,
Which
hey,
that's
man.
it. That's still in limbo. Who has that?
I don't know. It did get a Blu-ray release, I thought.
It did. I just can't remember who had that.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Pudsworth?
P-Dub.
Yeah, earn your paycheck.
Yeah. He actually gets 10% of what we make.
Next to nothing, right?
Let me tell you what. A lot of people.
10% is 0.
A lot of people shit on LeGros as Michael. I liked LeGros.
Yeah.
I liked him.
You know, man, I'm not as familiar with the Phantasm series. I love the first one, but after that, man, I've seen all of them, but
Yeah.
I've only seen the other ones like once. You know, the first one, I've lost count how many times I've watched the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that first one's great. The other one's, you know.
No, don't say shit like that.
Get banished from the cave.
You don't say Phantasm in the same sentence.
Universal Pictures had that one.
Universal, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Universal, if you're out there listening, let's get on that shit.
Yeah.
if that makes,
Get off your ass and do the right thing.
Goddamn right, man. Do
makes
the
Tom-
right thing, you
Oh,
assholes.
of course. Does that make Tall Man a Universal monster?
Hey,
Technically,
Hey.
yes, it
technically
does.
so, it's
yeah,
doesn't
why
it?
not?
Hey, man.
Boy.
Frankenstein versus Tall Man, bro. Writes itself.
Exactly.
I'd go to that.
Be a slow fight.
Goddamn right, wouldn't it? They had to make that shit a trilogy.
Boy.
It sounds better on paper than in practice.
Boy.
Silver ball.
Yeah, definitely one of those better on paper than practice things. That's why I don't work for Universal, y'all.
Right.
That's why I'm here in the PUDcave. You know?
Okay, well, that explains it.
Well, Jason, who we got in here in the cave?
Well, brother. Well, first of all, we have Don Adams in the house.
Absolutely.
Don,
Hey.
can you find a microphone
What up?
here? No. We have more
Good
people
enough.
than microphones today. We have her, we're going to let her talk here in a little while. And, yeah, absolutely.
You gotta
Hell,
pipe in.
we said it now, so now it's official. And
If I've got to talk, you've got to talk.
Yes. Same here. If I got to talk, everybody got to. Except for Pudsworth. We like to keep Pudsworth off the mic. Just. And somebody else we have in the cave today, man. A good friend of ours, friend for, I guess, forever now. It seems like. I guess we're in that phase of life. God, well over 20-some years.
Yeah,
well over 20 years.
Couple decades.
Couple
Yes.
decades now.
Good.
And this guy has more names than the devil himself, and I knew you'd appreciate that.
Really, the shirt guard said, yeah, he does.
Whether you call him Clint Mephisto from the Shit Kicking Road Show, whether
It's too early for that.
or if you call the man Mikado from the Millennium Wrestling Federation, we call the man Chris Isenburg. Chris, thank you for coming here today, man. Thank you for being part
Ohio
of the
gozaimasu.
podcast. I have no idea what that
Here we
means.
go.
It means Japanese, it means good morning.
Oh, well,
Living the gimmick, baby. I'm living the gimmick.
morning to you. That's country for good morning.
I'll take it.
No, man, we appreciate you coming here.
Pleasure to be here.
Because today, we're rounding out the holiday season, Mike.
Oh, who's right back there?
Oh, Pudsworth?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's
Forgot
here.
about
He's
me.
here, man.
He's here.
Oh, on
He's here.
time.
On time.
Jeez,
And who's
son.
behind him?
Who? What did we name him again? The Pudinator?
No,
helper.
Pudsworth 2000.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
the good version.
Yeah.
The upgrade. We actually have 2 Pudsworths now.
If I'd have known Helper was in the corner, I would have dressed like Dr. Orpheus.
Oh, great.
Which would have been great for an
Yeah,
all-audio
I mean,
podcast.
I mean, the only thing about Pudsworth 2.0, it doesn't wear a tuxedo like the original Pudsworth. So, I still got to give the original Pudsworth a little bit more props for having
He's
the
pretty
tux.
slick.
He is. He's looking good this
Well,
morning.
if you bump his pay up, he could get a tux.
Brother, if we could get our pay bumped, then we could eat. and you know,
Hey,
maybe
Cheap bastard.
hey.
maybe hit the dollar menu. You know, or you like fries with that? I love fries with that.
That
However,
dollar menu splurging, you know that.
bro, that's what I'm saying. Hey, I still do the old McSoup. You know, 2 packs of ketchup and warm water.
My old roommate used to get he would get a McDouble and a McChicken, put them together and call it McGangbang.
Yeah, that's a real
McGangbang.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's called the McGangbang.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a Baltimore thing. But
No, it's a secret menu item. I've read about that. I just,
Yep.
man, I cannot find myself going through a drive-through and ordering the McGangbang. I just can't.
I got no problem with it.
Mike's like, hell, make it 2.
Yeah.
And I want fries with that.
I'm sure I'm going to have to pull up.
Anyway.
So I might as well be pulling up for a McGangbang.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go to McDonald's, you
I
know.
don't think I'd have a problem doing
I'm
it.
going to get screwed.
I mean, I'm the
More
same guy
likely-
that would order at Denny's in Bela Lugosi voice. So
So there you go, man. So
waitresses don't like that.
no, well then, man, they can.
They
you
tend
know,
to get a little pissy.
well, you know, piss on them. But
Exactly.
who was it? A friend of ours used to go through the McDonald's drive-through and ask just for napkins. You remember that?
Who did that?
Jerry. Didn't Jerry?
Did it really?
Didn't he? I thought you were the one that told me about
Man, I don't know.
it. He's like,
Could
napkins.
have.
I just need napkins. Just give me a bunch of napkins now.
Could have. He did a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, I think. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Mike, what are we talking about today, brother?
Apparently McGangbangs and...
Everything but Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm sure there's a
it is
McGangbang
Christmas.
at a Christmas movie somewhere.
Sure.
There is.
Not one we can talk about.
No,
here,
we're
though.
not going to talk about it today.
That's a,
Yeah, Dawn's like, Dawn.
that's another streaming site.
Welcome to the PUDcave, Dawn. Welcome to the PUDcave.
Oh man,
Yes. Oh, damn.
I think we all did.
Yeah, that's every day in the PUDcave.
What she's going to do is she's going to ask us to just beep out her name every
Yes,
time
yes.
Dawn Adams comes up. Beep, beep, beep.
In a sense, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah. So, well, for Dawn's sake and our listeners' sake, let's move into some of the subject matter today.
Well, what's wrong with McGangbang?
God damn it!
Leave me hungry though.
Budsworth wants one.
More than likely, when you go through a McDonald's drive-thru, you're gonna get screwed anyway.
Anyway,
What's-
might as well get the
We've been doing
gangbang.
Might as well call it.
minutes, We've derailed completely.
Dude, we're not even 8 minutes into this fucking thing.
Damn, I was what 13 seconds off.
Yo, 13 seconds. Which is actually, I think, a new record for us, man. We usually, can go about 5, or about 10 minutes.
Or 5 seconds.
In 5 seconds, man, literally. But,
It's usually derailed after hello.
dude, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, fucked.
Weather.
Weather McGangbangs. We got a robot in the corner.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. Oh, speaking of Christmas, man, I think that we do have a hell of a show today, Mike.
Yes.
Because, dude, our first discussion of today's show, we were
Should
talking.
we start over?
Take 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Jason and Mike.
Oh.
But nah, man, when we first started talking about this episode, we were talking more or less about doing Christmas movies, And Mike was like, nah, piss on that, man. Let's talk about the 2, well, what some people consider the 2 greatest Christmas movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Die Hard and
Yes.
Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Now, Mikey, brother, you picked the wrong side on this fight,
No,
correct?
sir,
Isn't,
son.
isn't that the right? Isn't
I'm
that
here.
right?
I'm here. I'm here to right the wrong that has been for so many years that Die Hard is the Christmas action movie.
Right. It is. I mean, there's a reason
Well,
for that, Mike.
yeah.
It's because it's the truth, man.
Well, let me tell you why you're wrong.
Oh, okay. Let's humor Mike for a couple minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's
Before
get
I
in this.
green mist him and bury
Yeah,
him
thank
in the
you.
Here you
Plaza.
Thank you.
See, talk about a gangbang. I know where
about to
this
have
is
a circle
going.
jerk.
I know where this is going.
All right, guys, I'm on the way. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, Isenburg's like, I picked the wrong day.
My wife's out of town, but this is being recorded.
Yeah. She's going to hear this shit, man. She is going to hear this shit. We're going to tag her. We're going to tag her in the description. Melanie, you hear this shit?
But no,
They meant nothing to me at all, honey. I promise.
Well, no, we're going to get into this discussion.
And it is a discussion.
It is. It is really a
discussion.
discussion. And, I'm honestly, I'm the only one that will fight for this thing. But by the end of this show, I'm going to have everybody convinced.
Oh, hell. That's some confidence right
Yes,
there,
that
bro.
is.
Okay.
This
That's
is
bold.
indeed the better Christmas movie, action movie, than Die Hard.
Damn, man, I ain't never heard such a bold statement in my life,
That's what I'm
Chris,
saying.
man. I don't know, brother. Well, you know what, Mike? I decided to give you a little bit of a Christmas present. You don't know about this shit.
Oh, God.
Because let's just keep it real, man. This is going to be a squash match.
Uh-oh.
This is a squash match, man. This is the Road Warriors versus Gene Ligon and Barry O, brother. I can't even put the Mokies because the Mokies actually won a match once. So I can't even put it to that. So you know what, Mike?
This is Muda versus Cougar J.
Dude, bro, seriously, man. You know, on Cougar J's bad day, this ain't even getting any offense, man. This is a straight squash. So you know
What
what?
y'all
Mike?
got against Cougar J?
I mean, he was alright. Just like Lethal Weapon. It's alright.
It's
alright.
Oh, goddamn.
I love Lethal. All right, disclaimer, man. Before we go any further, I love Lethal Weapon. I watch it.
In full disclosure, I love Lethal Weapon dearly.
Yes, man. It is a great action
is.
movie.
Hey.
And
I
I fully
love
agree
Die
with him.
Hard.
It is a Christmas movie.
Well,
I
see-
fully agree with that.
See, that's my Christmas present.
It's not
to
the
Mike.
best one, though.
No, not at all. And that's actually my present to you, Mike, because I'm not convinced it's even a Christmas movie.
Oh, shit.
So I want to
Okay.
spend a little bit of time because I just don't want to beat up Mikey for 2 hours, man.
right,
I was thinking
all
about that
right.
on the way over. I'm like, Jesus, man, because I got a little clip that we're going to play about halfway through the show as well.
Uh-oh.
We'll save that for here in a little while. But once again, man, it's just going to be a pile-on Mike. And I'm like, shit, man, what can I do to help my friend out to not make it such
All
a
right, you've
terrible
already
day?
said-
Get that boy another
Mick-
cup of coffee.
You already put out there McGangbang, tag, pile on. Listen,
Circle jerk.
where are you
I
going?
mean, I mean,
Where's this going?
God damn it. Dude, it wasn't supposed to be like that today.
No.
It wasn't supposed to be like that today. So I want y'all to even convince me that this is even a Christmas movie to begin with, man. Yes, it has a Christmas song in it. Yes, there's a Christmas tree in it. But, dude, you know, when I watch Die Hard, I'm full of the Christmas spirit from the time that shit starts to the time it goes off. From the time that I see John McClane with that teddy bear in his hand to the time I see Hans Gruber fall to his death, I'm filled with the Christmas spirit.
I would say Die Hard is more of a actual Christmas movie than Lethal. Lethal Weapon at its core is a buddy cop movie.
It is, and it's the quintessential buddy
Yeah.
cop movie. It's the best one ever.
I do agree it's a Christmas movie though, because of its setting, because of Christmas is in it. It's less of a Christmas movie than Die Hard because
Sure.
it's not mentioned as much.
Right.
Christmas is just kind of the backdrop.
It is a backstory, yeah.
Whereas in Die Hard, Christmas is mentioned constantly.
Well, and all the themes in Die Hard are pretty much Christmas
Yeah.
related, man. I mean, from the Christmas miracle of the safe opening up, you know, to the Grinch type, you know, characters we have, you know, to the Santa Claus / John McClane character. And come on, man, when I think of Christmas, I mean, I think of Happy Holidays. I think of Merry Christmas. I think of Frosty the Snowman. I think of Yippee-Ki-Yay, motherfucker. I mean, these are all, you know, just culturally accepted Christmas sayings, man.
It's Christmas,
It's
Theo.
Christmas.
It's a time of
Yeah,
miracles.
man.
So be of good cheer.
Yeah, and we're with Lethal
Yeah,
Weapon.
but yeah,
I
you
get none
say
of
it
that.
like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That
Yeah.
that just gets said around all year long.
Oh, not in my house.
Mostly
man,
down
only
on
Christmas.
mostly down on Startown Road.
Well, true that. It's true. I can't deny that. well, every day's Christmas on Startown Road, brother. Every day's Christmas, man. Like
Now,
I said, y'all
listen.
convinced me, though,
Now,
man.
listen.
I mean, how in the hell do y'all even get that this
I
movie
like-
is a Christmas movie?
Well, I hope you are comfortable because you're about to go to school.
My man got a Trapper Keeper
Yes,
full
a
of
Trapper
damn,
Keeper.
a
He
Trapper
went
Keeper,
old
bro.
school with that shit.
Hey,
All right.
Mike, can you do a little Velcro slap for the
Can you do the
microphone?
Velcro fly?
yeah. Let's see if we can hear that. Oh, dude, that's such a great sound.
That's warm.
That's such a great sound.
All right.
All right,
I'm going to let
Professor.
him take
All
the
right.
reins on that.
Professor Payne.
All right. Let me go ahead and just say. Let me go ahead and put this out there. All right. Lethal Weapon comes out in March 6th of 1987.
March.
Yeah.
Yes.
March.
Well,
Yes.
Die Hard wasn't released in Christmas either.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Never mind.
it was
I take
actually
back.
released July 15th
Well,
of
Christmas in July.
1988.
Christmas in July. There's
So
nothing wrong
this
with
is actually the second movie.
that. Okay.
All right, let's put that out there.
All right. Even though they don't really have anything in common other than a little bit of action. And
Oh,
they're
they've
both
got,
great.
Now,
no,
they're
they've
great.
got, they've
I'm
got.
going to let him do his thing
Yeah.
because he's broke out that notebook.
Oh,
but I'm
brother.
going to give you some behind the scenes things that they actually do have in common.
Okay.
They've got
all right.
quite a bit in common.
All right, well, let's hear this.
If he doesn't steal them from me.
There you go.
Get him out there first. You can always reiterate it.
Right.
All right, so the movie opens up with Jingle Bell Rock.
Yes, great song, great Christmas song.
By Bobby
Absolutely.
Yes.
Get you all in the spirit. Guess what?
Which will be featured on the shit kicking Christmas episode. That's all I'm going to say.
Just put it out there. Just
Nice.
put it out there.
Very
Good
nice.
plug, brother. Good plug.
Now, the first thing you've got snow.
Well, no, man, those are actually barbiturates.
That's snow, my friend. That's snow. That's snow. That's LA snow.
Hey, now don't give me.
That's LA snow.
Do not get it twisted, brother. When I think of Christmas, hookers and drugs are definitely top of the list.
Well, there's LA snow in both of them. I mean, if you want to be technical.
I mean, I get that part. I get that.
That's right. So,
And that was actually a hoe fall, not a snowfall, by the way.
all right. So,
Thin. Real thin.
Gotta try.
and
man.
of course, we get our first boob shot.
Yeah, which was
Okay.
very Christmassy. Yeah, I
Okay.
give you that. Yeah.
All right. Not too far after that.
That's an unwrapped present.
Yeah, it was. It was. If it had a bow, it'd be even better.
Let's go to the other side of that. We get full on Mel Gibson butt.
See, I was not cool with that. Now, Donald's over here like, hey, you know.
All right. Sharon Sherlock. There you go.
It is a season.
Hey.
It's a season. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay.
Okay. Next, we go to the Christmas tree lot and see more snow.
No, well, that was
A
actually
lot of
cocaine.
snow.
That was actually heroin.
A lot of snow.
Yeah. Was that heroin or cocaine?
No, that was cocaine.
That was cocaine.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a lot of
okay.
cocaine.
Okay.
That was a lot of snow.
yeah.
That was a lot of snow.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a lot of snow.
Wasn't on the
Of course,
trees.
of course, we
It was
see.
not on the
No.
trees.
No, it was under the trees. Big 12-footer.
The biggest tree in the whole lot,
Right,
actually.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Took the whole stash for free.
Yeah.
He
And of
didn't
course,
have
you know, and then he was talking to Razor Ramon.
no shit, really? For real,
Did he
though,
not?
for real, yes.
Of course,
yes,
when he talked, it wasn't, you know.
But he does look like
it
Scott
looked
Hall,
like-
for real.
almost like.
I caught
oh my
that
God,
too,
that's
yeah.
Razor Ramon. Okay. It was basically, you get to know Martin Riggs, and he wants nothing more than to die.
Right, right.
Okay.
Because he does not have the Christmas spirit.
He does
Right.
not have the Christmas spirit. I'll give you that. He doesn't.
Allah, It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay. I'm
All
here.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm keeping my mind open. Okay.
All right. So later on, when Riggs is contemplating suicide, he's also watching Bugs Bunny's
The
Christmas
Looney
Carol
Tune, yes.
on the TV. That's another one.
I will give you that all day
Okay.
long, brother.
Of course, he doesn't go through with it.
He did feel the spirit of Christmas, and he decided not to kill himself. I picked up on that.
Okay.
I did pick up on
I don't know so much as it was the spirit of Christmas as I'm too lazy for this shit.
It could be a little bit of both,
Yeah.
man. It could. I don't know. I like to think it was a Christmas spirit.
Because they say you're supposed to squeeze the trigger. He did not
He
squeeze
did
the
squeeze it,
trigger.
man. He half-assed it.
Yeah.
So later on, you see
That's dark, man.
at the police
Look who you're
station
talking to.
the police choir singing Silent Night.
But not very well.
Well,
No.
It doesn't have to be done very
They're
well.
cops.
It
They
just
don't
has to
sing.
be
They were
done.
cops. They were cops.
Exactly.
They give
No,
people
you know.
wood shampoos. They don't sing,
Well,
man.
there you go. She's actually leading them with a baton.
I've never heard that saying
Yeah.
before. I've never
Yeah.
heard wood shampoo.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Now let me
Shit.
because we're introduced here just like boom 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 to some great characters.
Oh, this is a great movie,
Great
man.
actors.
Yeah, yes.
Gary Busey.
Dude, one of the best movie villains ever, in my opinion. I love
And,
Mr. Joshua.
Arguably one of the best times I've ever seen a man running down a hallway at 2 a.m. with a samurai sword, screaming, barefoot.
Yeah,
Yes.
I give you that.
One's not lived life until you've seen Gary Busey do that.
Yeah,
I can
That's
imagine.
all I'm going to say.
yeah. And Mitchell Ryan,
Right.
who's great.
Absolutely.
Loved Mitchell Ryan in this and Halloween 6
Right.
as Dr. Wynn. And the great, fantastic Tom Atkins.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
you know,
Absolutely, man.
in everything.
Tom
Yeah, I was gonna
Atkins,
say-
Tom
is
Atkins was
sitting
everything.
somewhere right now not giving a shit that y'all don't like Halloween 3. That's all I'm saying.
I love Halloween 3, by the way.
I wasn't
Halloween
saying you
3.
guys.
Yeah. On the
Anybody
Pudcast,
out there in
Yep.
Pudland that doesn't like
No
Halloween 3,
creeps.
Tom Atkins don't give a
He
shit.
don't give a
No.
fuck.
No.
And we don't either. We don't either.
And
Yeah, Tom Atkins is the
I've
man.
actually got a buddy. We've got a buddy, Steve Pacor. I swear to God, looks just like Tom Atkins.
Really?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some more snow
All right.
after
Now,
that.
did you talk about Danny Glover's character?
Not yet.
Martok. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
He's too old for this shit.
Good.
Well, let's
I
go
like
ahead
that.
and talk about Murtaugh.
Alright.
He's kind of like the older,
A little grizzled.
grizzled kind of Scrooge.
He's going into
Yeah.
retirement. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
His
saying?
birthday.
Yeah.
It is
Exactly.
his birthday.
His birthday.
50th, actually. Yeah, man.
Doesn't want to deal with this shit. You know?
Yeah. He's too old for
He's
this
got,
shit.
he's got the house. He's got the boat.
The kids,
he's got the
man.
kids,
Yeah.
Boom. Another scene with Tom Atkins is he's drinking a just eggnog out of the carton.
Yeah.
He's got a shit ton of eggnog, son. Let me tell you what. His girl's having a service over here, and he's just chugging down eggnog. You know?
Talking about bringing in heroin, chugging eggnog.
Yeah, you
Right.
know what you do at Christmas.
Yes,
I'll give you that. Another
exactly.
good point. You know.
And later on in the movie, it's where the action really kicks in. You don't see a whole lot of Christmas stuff until really near the end, when Gary Busey goes into the house
Right.
to kill, the family. The Christmas Carol movies on TV in each room. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, bad guys. We're not here. The good guys. And fight.
And one of the best cinematic fights I think of all time.
Yeah.
Not
I
the
think
greatest,
that was fantastic.
but it is an
Yeah.
awesome fight. One, like I said, in my opinion, one of the better fights.
It's
in a movie.
choreographed by a Gracie too.
Oh, I didn't
I
know
can't
that.
remember which one, but one of the Gracies choreographed it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Because like I said, that is one of the high points of that movie.
They
is
brought
that
in a bunch of
final
martial
fight.
arts guys to teach them, like, I don't know, 6-7 months prior to
Oh,
filming.
shit.
Because he's
That's cool.
breaking
Yeah,
out with the triangle.
Yeah.
the death
Yeah.
choke and shit. Yeah,
It's like,
man.
what,
yeah.
86?
Yeah,
87?
yeah.
Yeah, no. Who's ever seen that
I'm sure
before?
you can look it up, whichever Gracie did it, but
Yeah.
one of the Gracies
Hey,
actually
Dove,
choreographed
see if you can
that.
figure that out for us.
Okay.
Pudsworth is on it, man. But Mike, you brought
But
up.
yeah, nobody had ever seen the triangle,
Yeah.
at that point.
But Mike, you bring up a point, man. How Christmas is pretty much not in the movie until that point. Dude,
No,
when
it's definitely heavily in that movie.
It's in it. It's just it's not.
it's such a backdrop, though.
It's more of a backdrop than it is anything else, but it's there.
I swear.
They don't make a point to
to put it
bring
over.
attention to it. Yeah.
I know when I was watching, I actually forgot that I was watching a Christmas movie. I mean, there was parts. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute, I'm watching this to be objective for a Christmas film, and damn, I forgot it was a Christmas movie. Like I said, man, I'm still not 100%
I think you can
convinced.
say the same argument for Die Hard.
Oh, shut your mouth.
as a backdrop.
No,
As
man.
a backdrop.
You gonna
and
help me
we'll,
out with that?
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But
Blasphemy.
as soon as boom, 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 and I'll compare Gary Busey getting shot to death in slow motion.
That was awesome.
That
was
As
awesome.
far as that's what I long to see at Christmas. As much as everybody loves to see Hans Gruber fall in slow motion from the Nakatomi Tower.
You want to take
And
this one, Chris?
I'm going to take that comparison and throw it right out the window.
Thank
because
you.
That was lifted directly from the book.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Okay.
that was written in '79, long before Lethal Weapon was
Right.
even made. So
But to me, man, it's not even the same planet as far as what's iconic for Christmas, man. I mean,
I think it's
don't get me wrong. I
absolutely.
love it. I love that fight. I love the movie. I mean, we'll say that 100 more times before we're done today. But man, as far as an iconic scene that puts Christmas over for me, man, that Hans Gruber falling. Come on.
know.
I mean,
I
dude,
love seeing
that's right up there with the angel getting those wings at the end of It's a Wonderful Life,
Yep.
man. I mean, it's really one and the
And
same.
I think
really.
to me, it's just Gary Busey.
I mean,
Getting
well,
shot to death in
obviously,
slow
other
motion,
people
it's
feel
just
that way
boom,
too
boom,
because
boom.
they turned the Hans Gruber thing into a meme.
yeah, I was
They've
gonna
not
say,
done that with Gary Busey.
We've gotten to meme level here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I think it should be put out there more. But afterwards,
Well, maybe after this podcast, it
what
will,
we see is the redemption of Martin Riggs.
that we do.
You
That
know?
we do.
And
Yeah.
basically, that led up to all this Christmas build up. A la It's a Wonderful Life.
I don't know, man. I'm still not convinced. I will concede that there is definitely Christmas
And guess what?
overtones.
There's a Christmas song at the end.
There was a Christmas song at the end. But once again, Mike, I'm not convinced that it's a Christmas movie per se as much as I will concede that there are definitely elements of Christmas You know, like I said, when he was watching the Looney Tunes Christmas special, you know, he's going to kill himself. The spirit of Christmas overcomes him, or Porky Pig, one or the other. I can't figure out which is which.
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, that feels Christmassy. You know, obviously the drugs and hookers. You know, obviously that's Christmas as well. But
Don't call girls when they come.
You
When
know.
they leave.
Oh, Jesus God.
that's why we keep Pudsworth.
Holy
Man.
moly.
That's why he's here, bro.
Yeah,
He don't
dang.
talk a lot, but when he does,
No, he
goddamn, man.
Man, I tell you
He is,
what,
bro.
A blind
He's like
squirrel will
Silent
find a
Bob.
nut every now and again, won't it?
That was a home run, brother. But
He's your Silent Bob. He comes
For
in
real.
at the end of the movie with a great one-liner.
it just knocks it out of the damn. Just knocks it out of the park.
All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at this Joe Bob style. Okay, we got 4 sets of boobs
Yeah.
in the whole movie.
Wait. 4 naked breasts.
Yep.
There,
4 naked
okay.
breasts.
Like, like Joe Bob
All
would.
1 male butt. I'm talking Mel Gibson butt.
Christmas tree foo.
Yeah.
Light pole foo.
Yep.
Yeah. Baton foo.
Mhm.
Body count 26.
Really? Damn. Okay. That's
Big.
not bad. Not bad. You know.
Yep.
I mean, that's up there. It's
Yeah.
Christmassy. You
Yep.
know. I don't know.
4
man.
stars.
Oh,
Check it out.
I'll give the movie. I'll give the movie 4 stars.
Oh, I'll totally agree with that. Totally.
As a Christmas movie, maybe 2.
No.
As a Christmas movie.
Oh.
As a Christmas movie.
as a Christmas movie, I'm going to give it 3 because Die Hard gets the 4.
Oh, absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean,
well,
I
4
totally
is a
agree with him.
Christmas
It is
movie.
a Christmas movie. I completely agree with that. I think it's, like I said earlier, I think it's more subdued.
Right.
It-
Right.
It wasn't presented as a Christmas movie.
Right. It was more.
Die Hard was more presented as a Christmas movie than Lethal Weapon was.
Totally agree with that. In fact, man, I would even go as far as say that Die Hard is one of the few Christmas movies that actually broke out of its genre. You know what I'm saying? It's like very few Christmas movies can actually be considered an action movie as well. And,
Yeah.
and probably the greatest one of all time. You know, that's the great thing about Die Hard, man. It's not only one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time, but it probably is the greatest action movie of all time. At least in my world.
I don't know if I would call it the greatest.
It's up there, brother.
It's definitely up there.
It's up
I don't
there.
know if I would call it the, because I don't know. I've not thought about what the best action movie is long enough to really.
Kind of put the thought
But I would
into
put
it.
it would be top 5 right off the
Gotta
bat.
be, man.
But
Gotta
I
be.
don't know where I would put it in the top 5, but
It's up there, man. Because to me, Die Hard was one of those movies that just everything that came after it was almost borrowed heavily from it. You know what I'm saying? There's elements
but
of
Die Hard borrowed a lot from other things
Well, that's
previously
true.
too. So I mean, I don't know.
just
that-
like Christmas.
yeah,
You know,
I don't
it
know
was
that Die
gifted.
Hard kicked off the '80s action
Nah,
thing.
nah. It didn't kick it off.
But-
But I think it exemplified it.
Oh,
You know, for sure.
Oh,
You know.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, then, Mike, let me ask you, brother, do you have the same kind of facts for Die Hard? Because I sure as hell don't, man. I didn't know. Goddamn, I didn't know it was going to be a test. Shit.
I have
Well, I
less,
came
have
here
less
to
knowledge
fight
of Lethal
for-
Weapon than I do Die Hard, but
But we
came,
got,
I
cool.
came here to fight for Lethal Weapon. That's exactly what I did. But I put the same attention to Die Hard because I love Die Hard.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, obviously, man.
I just don't feel it's a better Christmas movie than Lethal Weapon.
Well, Chris, you're the guest here in the PUDcave, man, because me and you both took that breath at the same time.
well, let me
Yeah.
start by throwing in some because I'm a bit of a Die Hard nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So let me throw in a little bit of the backstory and the some of the connections. Die Hard was originally a book by Roderick Thorpe called Nothing Lasts Forever.
Okay.
It was written in '79. It was the sequel to a book called The Detective. It was written in '66.
Okay.
The Detective was turned into a movie in '68 starring Frank Sinatra.
Right.
Nothing Lasts Forever was written specifically to be a follow-up
Right.
to The Detective. It was pitched to Sinatra in '81. He turned it down.
Right.
It was shopped to Schwarzenegger, Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, Mel Gibson.
No
Gibson.
shit.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it was shopped to Mel Gibson. He
Yeah.
turned it down. Sidebar to that, Lethal Weapon was offered to Bruce Willis.
Bullshit.
And he turned it down.
Really?
Yes.
Well, Frank,
I had no
Frank
idea.
Sinatra
finally-
had the first. He had the right to refuse.
Yeah.
So
And he turned it down.
they had to go to
turned it
him.
down.
They didn't see him in that role,
Right.
At
right.
all.
Right.
but him having the right to refuse, first call. Said, nah.
Opened
What was
it up.
it? The
It was written essentially for him.
Okay.
Right.
And he turned it down
Yeah,
and
because
refused it.
because
I can't remember his
something
reasons
about
for
the climbing.
Is this too much
maybe,
for him?
Yeah.
Might have been at that point.
Too
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man, how much they were about editing and cutting back in, but I know like some of the Liam Neeson stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of that online, but they'll show like something from Taken where Liam Neeson like jumps over a fence and they got to take like 18 different cuts off it. You know, I just wonder if it was a situation like that.
It probably was, just not to the degree it is now.
Right. Because back in the days, they're like, well, fuck you, man.
You didn't have CGI back then. People actually had to jump off shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. You could have taken 17
by that point,
shots.
he wasn't jumping off anything.
No, man, no. Including the wagon.
Yeah.
Or should I say jumping back on the wagon? I should say, yeah.
He crashed that goddamn thing.
that fucking wagon, man's goddamn kindling, brother. Yeah, it's firewood now. Yeah.
So the book was written in '79. Another little sidebar. I've been on a hunt because I'm old school. I don't buy shit offline if I can dig it.
And actually find it.
Yes, I want to find it.
Right.
I've been on a hunt for this book for like 15 years.
Really?
I have found a first edition hardcover of everything Roger Thorpe has written except Nothing Lasts Forever.
No shit, man.
That's the only thing.
It's like a whole.
But I have discovered there's about 5 different books called Nothing Lasts Forever by other people.
Right.
That I've found those.
I was going to say you probably found dozens of those.
I found a whole stack of Sidney Sheldon ones. Like 20 of them. Like, really?
But not the one.
I can't find the one that I want.
Wow.
You know?
It's like your crusade.
Yes.
Man, you know?
So yeah, it was shopped around to all those people, and finally landed on Bruce Willis, and nobody thought it was a good idea, because it was the moonlighting guy.
Right, man. He was just coming off television at this.
It reminded me of the Michael Keaton Batman thing.
Right.
Nobody took it
Oh,
seriously.
dude, there was a lot of.
Ended up being
backlash
the
over
best
that.
decision ever.
Right.
Well, look
Same
at the
with
Heath
this.
Ledger thing. Even with the Joker, that was the same thing. A lot of backlash, and of course, we were wrong.
And Die Hard also has the distinction of being one of the most faithful adaptations to the book.
Really? See, I didn't even know it was a book.
It is so close to the book. They changed a few things around. Like in the book, it's his daughter. They changed it from daughter to wife.
I got you.
All the terrorists are German in the book. In this one, they're mostly European, but you've got a couple
different
ethnic. Like
you
have 80s classic henchman Al Leong, who is
of course
he's in it. And
he's in everything.
Also in Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, man.
He played Endo in Lethal Weapon and Uli in Die Hard.
And there was another character actor that was in both. It was the black guy, man, that played the other cop. You've seen him a million times. I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. He's in Lethal Weapon also, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is. He's in both movies.
FBI Agent Johnson.
Yeah, he's
Johnson was also as
no, the other one.
The detective.
Good, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, good. Good one, brother.
Yeah, he's in the beginning of the movie where he notices that Murtaugh shaved his beard.
That's right, man. Yeah, so that was another one of those 80s character actors that was in so many things. Man. You just never knew their names.
And Vigo from Ghostbusters is in Die Hard as well.
Really?
He's one of the background terrorists.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
He was.
Sure is.
Yep. Sure enough. Man, I wonder where I knew him from, and that was it.
He's featured in, I think, 3 or 4 scenes in the movie. The first one is where they're kind of raiding the offices, and they pull the naked chick out, and he's saying something in German and laughing his ass off, and I wish the hell I knew what he was saying.
No, you picked the wrong language, brother.
Right.
Mary Ellen Trainor was also in Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
As Dr.
And in Die Hard.
Oh, that's right, man. Yep. That's right.
Another 80s staple.
Yeah.
Monster Squad, episodes of the A-Team.
Yeah. That's right, man. That's
tons of stuff.
Yeah.
She's no longer with us, sadly. But she was... what director was she married to?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
One of the big 80s directors. She was married to this guy for a long time. And I hate to say it, but I'm sure that's how she got a lot of those roles.
And there's one thing that I've noticed going back and watch some of these old 80s movies, because I've been watching some old 80s movies here and there. Man, you do see a lot of the same people.
Oh,
you know, the character actors. There was not a
Robert
lot of...
Zemeckis, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Zemeckis, that's
Zemeckis,
it, yeah. But yeah, man, you didn't see a lot of variations, you know.
No.
In other words, it seems like once you were in that group in that, fraternity, quote
People weren't afraid to be typecast.
Exactly,
They were
man,
not.
exactly.
Let me tell you about casting a character in that movie. Carl, I think, is probably one of the best characters in that movie. Besides, let's say, Alan Rickman.
Oh, yeah. What about Argyle, man?
Argyle's
the shit, dude. Argyle's the shit, man.
Of course I'm coming by. I've never lied to you.
No, Argyle was pumping out some good lingo before anybody even caught on.
Saying, man.
They were using it like a decade later.
Exactly, man.
Right.
Yeah, Argyle's on top of that shit.
Well,
man.
Argyle kind of sets up the first 5 minutes of the movie why it's a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
He says, don't you have any Christmas music? This is Christmas music.
Right.
Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis, man. Yeah.
You mentioned Carl real quick. In the book, Carl is Hans.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hans, his name is Anton in the book.
No
His last
shit.
name's Gruber. It's Anton
Yeah.
Gruber. Carl is named Hans in the book.
Really, man? So they just
Yeah.
kind of switching
switching
around a little
around,
bit. That's
yeah.
pretty cool, man. Damn, dude, you are a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Man, I want you to write this shit down, man. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, I'm over here
I get to
just,
reading this shit and it just sticks.
You're right. Just start going down those rabbit holes. You know?
It's like Alexander Goodenough as Carl was just that psycho, just
Yes.
Right, man. Yes. Did
which
he-
I thought was a good counterpart if you look at Busey's character, because Busey's not the main guy. You know, Mitchell Ryan is. So
Great
he's
split
the
something blonde
mercenary.
psycho.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
you've got him in both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Mr. Joshua's character, he was just so, what's the word I'm looking for? Calm, collective. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's until the end, you know, with the fight or whatever. But that, to me, that was what was so menacing about him. Where the
I'd
terrorists,
say he was more of a true psychopath.
there you go,
Yeah.
there you go, man. Because whereas the terrorists in Die Hard, man, they did have emotion. They were more, I guess, realistic. You know, whereas Mr. Joshua was just, he had no emotion.
Right.
And that was scary.
Yeah.
You know, man. And it was Gary Busey.
Well, you've got mercenary and what's essentially a bank robber.
They're bank robbers.
Right.
That's the whole thing, man. They're armed robbers,
Yeah.
but they're just taking it to the 100th degree.
Yeah.
You know? But just like the Grinch.
Yep.
You know, once again,
Hans Gruber could be, you know, your Grinch.
there you go,
You
man.
know.
That's what I'm saying. Now let me ask you guys this: which one do you think was the better villain overall, Mr. Joshua or Hans Gruber?
I would have to. I would say, if you're going to go that route, you would have to say Mitchell Ryan and Hans Gruber.
Right.
Yeah, because
right.
they were the two heads of the snake.
Yeah, right.
I see. I
Yeah.
see, man. But to me, you
I
know,
would
Mr.
say
Joshua
definitely-
was more charismatic.
For sure.
Joshua was
you know.
more in the forefront.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he had the last fight, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Him and Mel Gibson, they had the last, you know, climactic battle, you
Yeah.
know, and everything. So I don't know, man. I tend to look at those two,
Yeah.
you know, because to me, Hans was more.
Well, see, I would say,
hands-on, you know.
you know, if you're looking at the two leaders, I would say definitely Hans Gruber.
Definitely.
Definitely. If you're looking at the second, you're looking at Mr. Joshua over Carl.
I would almost put Mr. Joshua over Hans. Almost. Just
I don't know
because
that
of
I'd put him over Hans.
coldness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
It's neck and neck. Man.
I
Neck and neck.
get where you're going with it,
Right.
but I think his comparison is probably the more accurate of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah. I won't pay,
I think
definitely.
you'd have to go that route because these are the henchmen, not the leaders.
The actual
Right.
brains behind the
Yeah.
situation.
The
Right,
brains
right,
behind
right.
the situation are, I mean, obviously Gruber gets it all day long.
Sure, because he's actually more hands-on as well.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But between the henchmen, I'd put it with Joshua too.
Have to. Oh, in that case, absolutely. But then Carl kind of reminds you of old Stunning Steve Austin a little bit.
Yes.
Does he?
Yes.
So I'm not
Yeah.
the only one here.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw
I've
Scott
always
Hall.
thought that.
Yeah,
Always.
man. I'm seeing Stone Cold and Die Hard. I'm seeing Razor Ramon and
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon. I'm like, Jesus.
One of
man.
those guys in Lethal Weapon, one of the guys at the Christmas tree thing is Anthony Kiedis' dad, apparently.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know which one. It's
The
something
one
I'd
with the
always
wispy
heard over the
mustache?
years.
That would
Sure.
make sense.
I've always heard that
because
over the years that's his dad, one of those guys.
That's pretty cool. I never heard that, man. But that one kind of did favor him a little bit. I could
Probably,
see it.
yeah.
I could see it. Or it might just be one of those urban legend type.
Who
You never
knows?
know, man. You never know.
I don't like the Chili Peppers anyway, so who gives a shit?
Damn, man. Jesus. I like some of their stuff. I like their early stuff. The early stuff's all right.
Yeah, I got to come in and get everybody.
I was going to say, man, just line them up, motherfucker. We're going to knock them down. Well, Mikey, are you ready to concede yet? I mean,
absolutely not.
I'm going to ask you periodically.
But I don't think you know, as far as characters, we've talked enough about Al Young. Just how good he was in everything, he ever
he's
did.
in. Is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Perfect. 'Cause
Friends with him on Facebook.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome. Because, dude, this guy was literally in everything. He
Everything.
was the
Yeah.
quintessential villain of
Yes.
the 80s,
Yeah.
man.
He was
I
in
mean,
a ton of shit.
everything.
Yeah.
Like the
Ton of shit.
A-Team.
He
I
was in
remember
the A-Team a couple times.
God, man. Pretty much every movie.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, he's been in everything.
Yeah.
You know, we should do a show one day just on like character actors and just.
Oh God, yeah.
You want to come for that one?
Hell yeah,
All
let's
right,
do
man,
it.
Look, we're booking it, man.
Yeah.
We're booking it. That's what I love about the. We do this shit.
I could talk 20 minutes about Marjo Gortner, you know.
just by themselves, you know.
Okay, so let's go on from the first time you hear a Christmas song in this movie. Okay,
We talking about Die Hard now?
yeah, we're talking
Okay,
about Die Hard. We're still
which
talking
is
about
not
Die
right
Hard.
off the bat, whereas Lethal
No.
Weapon it was.
All right.
Right, right.
So it takes a little bit, and you build up, and he finally gets to that. You get the Christmas party,
Right. Christmas party.
where they're not really playing Christmas music at all.
They had a little bit in the background. It's classical.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit.
Classical type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Beethoven's Ode to Joy.
Well, you know, that's Christmassy.
It's
Not
still
really.
a fancy corporation. I've been to plenty of Christmas parties and not heard Christmas music, so
Right.
I wouldn't hold that against. Not
Thank
gonna tell me
you.
for that.
Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. So that's a non-issue, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, man, you're really, brother.
And it's not
You're
until
out
later.
there, you're outdone here,
There's a
brother.
Christmas tree there.
There is
Okay, there is.
a huge Christmas tree.
Anything about this does not scream Christmas party.
The fucking
Does not
Christmas
scream
tree.
The only thing, even after that, is what's his name, Ellis,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in the office with snow.
I mean, it was snowing in the office, man, and he missed some.
Yeah.
You know.
So you'll put it over snow in Die Hard, but you won't fucking put it over in Lethal Weapon where it's everywhere.
Listen, man.
You can't trip. You can't walk without
He's
tripping
drunk,
over
but he's
snow.
got a point.
Isenburg, go ahead and take this one, brother. Tag.
I'm actually in agreement with him on this one.
Well, okay, I will concede that. I will
Okay.
concede that. That much, I will concede that.
Okay.
Just slightly. But you know, when you started saying putting over snow, I thought you meant the early '90s rapper there for a minute. You know?
12 inches.
12 inches of snow. In Farmer. Anyway. All right.
Never do that again.
I never will. that
Thank
shit
you.
went over like a fart in church, bro.
Calm down, Argyle.
This
That's
is
the-
Christmas music.
That is the best compliment I think I've gotten in the last 5 years, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Argyle was the unsung hero of this movie, man.
I don't know.
I know
Okay.
so, man. I know so. Dude, Argyle was there the whole time, man. I mean, he was there. He was support.
No, I
think Sergeant Al Powell was the unsung
Absolutely.
hero.
Well, now,
it was.
he's the shit too now.
Absolutely.
Now,
No,
now,
he was
now.
there.
He-
Had it not
he
been
killed
for Al
Carl.
Powell-
No, he is the shit, man.
Yeah.
He is. He is the shit. And also, man, he had that tragic backstory as well, you know, about accidentally shooting a kid, you know, once again, he overcame his, you know, this past tragedy to save the day. Nah, man, I put
And
him
you
over.
mix
I put
that
him
with
out.
McClane's tragic backstory,
Dude, it's the perfect.
and that goes back to the Lethal Weapon, It's a Wonderful Life comparison.
What's really
he was making.
tragic?
There you go.
What's
There you
really tragic about his backstory?
He shot a kid, man.
No, not Al Powell.
Okay,
No,
alright.
no, John McClane.
Okay, well,
Thank God. Okay, man.
nerd. All right, nerd alert. Nerd alert.
Mike was like, who gives a shit about the kid, man?
Taking it back to the book. Failed marriage,
Uh-huh.
alcoholic. Other things in the book that they don't really expand on, but they kind of set up that he's kind of
Well, he said he had a lot of open cases.
Yeah,
and
a lot of
stuff.
open cases.
Yeah. A lot of scumbags still in the
a
street.
lot of-
That's New York.
Well,
You're
yeah,
a New York cop.
a lot of issues
That's true.
working in the system. I got the impression the character was a lot like Riggs in the aspect that,
Broken, maybe.
broken and trying to navigate that path. The line that Christopherson used to describe Johnny Cash, I thought would perfectly apply here. Taking every wrong direction on your long and lonely journey home.
There you go, brother.
Both of those
There you go.
characters, Riggs and McClane.
Almost like the hero's journey.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
They don't
Riggs'
spend
wife
as-
actually
They
you know,
don't spend as much time.
died in a fiery car wreck.
Well, technicalities.
John McClane was a stubborn bastard.
No, we don't know if he was the one that was stubborn or if the wife was stubborn.
It might have been a little bit of both.
He has
They
that
don't spend
conversation
enough
with
time expanding it.
he
Thank
has
you.
that conversation with himself in that mirror, saying, "John, damn it, real mature, John, real mature."
So, in other words, the spirit of
But
Christmas
that's just the
overtook
tip of the
John.
iceberg right there. That's just the tip there.
And I think it was also the spirit of Christmas coming into John's heart, to be like, well, maybe I should have been more supportive of my wife. Once again, another reason why it's a better Christmas movie, Mike. You are exactly right, brother. Thank you for that.
Tragic.
Oh,
Hey, I think a failing marriage at Christmas time is tragic, bro.
No, it's definitely sad.
you
It's
know?
not the tragic background.
And they have
that
kids.
Martin Riggs
That's
had.
because they spent
They
more
had-
time explaining Riggs' background. They took
No,
a lot of that.
Instead of
They didn't
focusing
even-
on Christmas.
No, they didn't
Once
even
again.
explain it. They didn't even explain. His wife died.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's still explanation.
That was it. That was it.
Still some explanation.
that's the explanation. hey, Riggs, why you're so fucked up? Well, my wife died.
They
There you go.
explained in that whole bathroom scene longer than what we got from Martin Riggs. Like blah 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 blah. Sorry.
I don't know. I thought for a second you were jumping to part 2 there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Martin Riggs?
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
The Chicago Riggs?
Yeah.
But you're black.
But black. Dude,
Well, you
yeah,
know-
that's a whole nother thing going into Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
too.
we'll get into all that
Yeah.
stuff a little bit later on.
And then we can compare, Die Hard 2 to Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, no, that'd be a good show.
Well, Die Hard
yeah.
2 is a Christmas
welcome.
movie too. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean, there's a little,
There is.
there's
Yeah.
some, little talk about that going on. But Mike, what else about Die Hard? I mean, God, dude, I mean, are we not convincing you yet, brother? I mean, come on.
Oh, no, not really.
At least he's honest.
Hey, man,
But I think Alan Rickman is just so
Oh, he's
fantastic
great.
in this movie.
Great.
Especially when, John, kills Carl's brother.
Oh, I forget Carl's brother's name. Damn it. Brian Pillman.
No, shut up.
Oh,
Jesus.
damn.
What is wrong with you?
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Stone Cold again. Sorry.
Nobody ever listened to this guy, please.
Zilla.
When I'm doing the editing, man, you're not going to hear me at all today. I'm just editing everything out.
Jeez.
The PUDcast with Isenburg and Mike, man. With special guest Dawn in the back.
I cannot remember his.
I can't remember his name.
Anonymous.
Was it
Censored,
Was it Fritz?
It might have been Fritz, actually.
No,
It
it wasn't
may-
Franco.
it may-
Franco.
Oh, sorry.
I think it is Fritz, man. That sounds familiar.
I think it is.
I think it is Fritz. I'm not 100% on that, but anyway, he gets taken out immediately.
He's huge too.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's a big guy. But he
I
gets
honestly
taken
think
out.
he broke his own neck. John didn't do that. He actually
No.
broke his own
He
neck.
had his
falling-
legs wrapped around his neck.
Yeah,
I mean,
falling down the stairs. Boom. On his head.
So you're trying to rewrite history now,
Yeah.
Mike.
Well, I have to look back at that.
I think he
Let's
did this
replay
one
that.
other time with the Dynamic Dudes and Ric Flair.
He did, actually, man. I remember that.
The hell.
It was before the Savio Vega stuff, man. Yeah.
Where the hell was I going with this?
Where are any of us going, brother?
No, okay, yeah. So
We asked ourselves that.
So-
Wait, what?
so
No
Fritz
PUDs were
acci-
harmed in this recording.
Fritz,
Yeah.
Fritz accidentally breaks his neck going down the stairs.
Actually, listen to this bullshit.
Okay, so
Bullshit.
John ties him up and writes on the sweatshirt. And
What does he say?
coming down the elevator.
But what's on the sweatshirt?
Yeah, what's on the sweatshirt?
This is what I'm getting to because it is the funniest reading from Hans Gruber of anything. He reads the shirt. I have a machine gun now. Ho, ho, ho. Just pulls it.
Dry,
just that
man.
pulls it that long. It's the funniest thing
It's great,
I think
man.
ever.
It's great. And just the ho, ho, ho part.
Yeah.
You know, when he
Ho.
pulls the sweater back down.
Ho.
And
Ho.
once again, another element of Christmas.
Yeah.
Once again, man.
Definitely, I would
A
say
li- well,
definitely.
I was about to say living Christmas tree, but
Recently
it's
departed.
early. Yeah.
That it is, brother. Yes, sir.
Okay, so but from that point on, I cannot tell you anything Christmas about
Dude.
this until the end.
What, man? The whole thing is Christmassy from that point
What
on.
happens?
Well,
from
biggest,
that point on, yeah, it's Christmas.
Well, the biggest one that I can think of is when the safe was opened. It was a Christmas miracle, man.
Yeah. It's Christmas,
okay,
Theo.
I
It's
give
a
you
time
the
of
miracle.
miracles. So
I-
be of good cheer.
Thank you.
You want the
That's-
miracle? I give you the FBI.
All right, there
Oh,
it
wait,
is,
wait.
man. There it is.
The best one in the whole movie. All right, guys, listen up. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a
Okay.
creature was stirring except the four assholes coming through the rear in standard 2x2 cover formation.
See that?
Where did they pick this guy up? Of all these guys of European descent, and they pick up
That dude.
they pick up
Craigslist.
Urkel's big brother.
They got it from Craigslist.
Yeah.
Urkel's neighbor was in
Yeah.
it, so why not, man? I mean, damn it, man. Well, can't we just take another moment just to put over Argyle just for a moment? Argyle wants this shit, man.
Theo, thank you.
Theo,
Theo,
yeah.
Theo. Argyle takes
Oh,
out
man.
Theo. That says everything you need to know about Theo.
He was the computer nerd. He wasn't supposed to be a tough guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, Argyle just knocked his ass out,
He,
boy. I
Theo
mean,
is the only one
punch.
out of that crew that didn't get killed.
We know you
And
guys-
by his own line, said, "You didn't bring me along for my charming personality."
That's true, man. That's true.
They
And I'm
brought him
just
so
saying-
he could crack the safe.
And Argyle put his ass down. One punch.
Yeah.
I call him One Punch Argyle, man. That's his new nickname, brother. He put him down. Well, guys, we're getting about to the halfway point here. So, Mike, brother, if we haven't piled up on you enough.
Well, I don't think you convinced yourself enough that this is.
Oh,
I mean, I'm looking at this thing and
Just because you got all the damn
can barely-
secret NASA plans over here, I mean, Jesus Christ, you got to scroll.
I will say, there were a couple shots of snow from
Informer.
Ellis. A little bit here, a little bit there. Other than that, I mean,
Yeah, man. I mean, I think.
I didn't see anything else that I would say, besides the
I
two
think there's
scenes in
more
between.
references to Christmas in Die Hard than there are Lethal Weapon.
Dude, I mean, the whole thing.
All the
is
ones in
about-
Lethal
Yes.
Weapon are at the very beginning, the very end. There's at least a couple scattered
Yeah,
throughout
that's
Die
what I'm
Hard.
saying. Now, and we
I would
still
say
got-
no. I would say definitely just sporadically in between.
Nah,
The whole Lethal Weapon movie is Christmas something.
Oh
Christmas,
no,
Christmas.
not even, man.
There's
no.
this big long gap of just like,
I just figured
what's
it
going
out,
on
man.
here?
Dude, I just figured it out. Mike's been
What's
watching
going on
Die
here?
Hard all these years, thinking it was Lethal Weapon. Oh hell, there it is. Okay, Mike,
I'm just
brother.
saying,
No, man.
where's the Christmas at?
Because Mike is like, yeah, Argyle, man, that was the older detective, right? I was like, no, man.
I know it's a Japanese corporation. I don't know if they do things different, but I'm not seeing it.
Well, Chris Isenburg, you should be able to answer that question.
It's Nakatomi Plaza, man.
Well, I think-
Nakatomi Corporation. They God, what's the line? He says we couldn't get you at Pearl Harbor, so we got you with tape decks.
Take that.
And what better Christmas gift in the 80s than a tape deck?
Exactly.
Well, hey,
Walkman.
guys, I tell you what, let's take us a little break. And Mike, just to kind of add a little fuel to the fire, I actually reached out to another friend of ours who sent in a little something that he wants us to play here on the podcast. So I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to turn it over. But we're going to let Mr. Dustin Fowler tell you what he thinks
here we
about
go.
it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So y'all don't go anywhere. Dustin, let them know about it. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, Jason? What's up, Mike? Looking forward to this episode of the PUDcast. Been enjoying what you guys are doing. Throwing out a comment here or there. Comment as I listen. Hopefully I'll be down there with you guys one day, being able to talk live. But until then, Finger got in touch with me about something near and dear to my heart. Wanted me to send in a recording about why Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Quick rundown, little list. I know you guys like to do them. I'll just throw my top 5 out there real quick. 5 is Die Hard Part 2. 4 is Scrooged. 3 is Gremlins. 2 is Lethal Weapon. And 1 is, of course, Die Hard. Now, Mike's probably having an aneurysm because A, I didn't mention A Christmas Story, and B, I know he's Team Lethal Weapon. With that being said, let me give you the reasons why Die Hard is far superior to the great Lethal Weapon and is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Number 1, you just look at the music selection. When it comes to Christmas movies, we all know you got your carols, your Christmas classics, things that, drive you ape shit this time of the season when you're in stores or flipping the channels on the radio. Lethal Weapon has, Jingle Bell Rock. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of that come out of that movie. Die Hard, of course, you've got Let It Snow. You've got Ode to Joy when they crack the safe, which is just phenomenal. But then you have the greatest Christmas song of all time, which is appropriate being in the greatest Christmas movie of all time. That song being, of course, Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. Absolute classic, no better Christmas music than that. All right, so comparing 1 and 2 again, why is Die Hard better? We look at the acting. Okay, we'll look at the main character and the main villain. And no, Danny Glover's not the main character. We all know it's Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon. No one is surprised that Mad Max is a bad arse. I mean, we've all seen Mad Max. We've all seen The Road Warrior. It's Mel Gibson. We expected him to be a bad arse. Mr. Joshua is a psycho, crazy, and he's played by Gary Busey. Okay, so it's Gary Busey playing Gary Busey. All right. Die Hard. Die Hard, you got the guy from Moonlighting that just amazed everybody. Holy feckin' shite. That dude can kick some major arse. I couldn't believe it. No one could at that time. Then, you're the phenomenal Alan Rickman in his first full-length role in a movie who just is one of the most iconic movie villains of all time in Hans Gruber. All right? There's no comparison there. Hans Gruber is way cooler than Mr. Joshua. Hey, you look at the continuity from it. Mr. Joshua and all the other Lethal Weapons, he's never even mentioned again. It's like the guy didn't exist. However, Hans Gruber is mentioned throughout, and even in the third Die Hard movie, his brother comes back to enact revenge. Why? Because that was a classic movie villain. You look at the scenery, of course both have your Christmas decorations, your themes, things like that. However, I mean, who had the better use of that? Well, obviously, it's John McClane using the Christmas tape on the pistol on his back and the penultimate scene of the movie. I mean, who has a better use? That's better than actually wrapping presents, okay? Using the wrapping paper to kill the villain. Nothing better. Die Hard, hands down, is. I could go on a 2-hour-long dissertation about why Die Hard is better. Lethal Weapon's great, but Die Hard is the greatest. Mike, you know I'm right. Finger knows I'm right. All the puddles know I'm right. None better. Die Hard, number one. All right? I'm sure we can further pick this up in the comment section, but I'm not going to burn up all your airtime. So, guys, keep doing what you're doing, enjoying the show, and until I see you.
Bro, he's absolutely right, Mike.
I've
he's
never
absolutely right,
heard
man.
more bullshit in my life.
Bullshit.
All right, first off,
If
you
you
need
wanna
to
hear
stop
bullshit, play
drinking
this
before
show.
he does stuff like that.
I'll give you that. He needs to quit saying shite and arse. Come on,
Oh my
man.
God.
He drinks beer at the pub, you know.
All right,
But he's right, dude. He's right about a lot of stuff. In
Christmas packing tape.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we're digging for here.
Dude,
Just to find anything in
You
in
know
Die
damn
Hard?
well if Martin Riggs
Thank
had
you.
done that, you'd have been using that as proof.
Dude, if that kilo of cocaine had Merry Christmas on it, Mike could be over here cutting back. So I told you, motherfucker. Told you, motherfucker.
They had actual Christmas lights on Murtaugh's house.
Well, it was during Christmas, man. I'll give you that. But you over here talking about the Christmas tape, man. Christmas tape.
You didn't have Christmas
Packing
lights on
tape.
houses because he went to a goddamn skyscraper. They're
Thank
not putting.
you.
That has
Thank
nothing
you.
in there but a Christmas tree and some packing
Hey,
tape.
at the end of the movie, that whole skyscraper lit up, man. At the end of the movie,
The
did it
packing
not?
tape says Happy Holidays and it's got presents on
Thank
it.
you.
I think you're lit up.
Since greeting season.
Not yet, not yet. Hey, but one thing that Dustin did talk about that I want to, kind of add to, he is absolutely right about that Christmas song, man. Christmas in Hollis, Run DMC, man, classic.
All right.
Greatest Christmas song maybe of all.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
man.
he also
Lemmy's
missed-
Run Rudolph Run.
That's a great one too, brother. That might be the top, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
He also missed Winter Wonderland that was in Die Hard.
Okay.
But he skipped over so many songs in Lethal Weapon that are Christmas songs
Like
in
what?
there. Okay, Jingle Bell Rock.
he brought that up.
Okay. They also sing, like I said, with the Silent Night with the police choir. That's a song. That's a song.
Man, but that's
song.
reaching. He's talking about Christmas tape.
They sing
He's
actual
talking about
song.
Christmas
They
tape, man.
actually sing a song.
Yeah, but it wasn't it wasn't an actual recording though, man.
I don't know. There
Come
was
on.
so
I'll
much
be home
singing
for-
as trying to sing.
Thank you.
I'll be
Yeah.
home for Christmas is at the very end of the movie.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that, Mike.
Yeah.
I think you're making shit up
Nope.
now, man.
We can pull it up
What scene?
at the
Those
very
words on
end. At the very
can't
end,
remember, man.
when he brings Martin brings in the
I
dog.
think I do. Yeah, if I'm
And-
not
and
mistaken.
Burbank
I
the
just
cat.
don't remember music in that scene. But
I think
not
they
saying
do.
it's not there. I just
Yeah.
don't remember it.
I think you're right. I'll give okay.
Yep,
I'll give
it's
you that.
actual lead out music to the credits,
Right.
and then right after that they play the Lethal Weapon song.
Yeah,
Lethal
yeah.
Weapon.
Hey, now that's
Yeah.
one other thing I do want to say about Lethal Weapon is that soundtrack, just with the Eric Clapton stuff,
Yeah.
is off the hook, man. That stuff is great.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton was shit, man. He was so big at that time, and it is good. It is really good stuff. I will say that much for Lethal Weapon.
You know how they got Clapton to do that?
I'm sure
Some of that
cocaine.
LA
Yeah,
snow.
Yeah. He didn't know it was a prop.
There's certainly a
No
lot
snow,
of.
no show, bro.
That's why there was no snow on the
'cause
trees.
there was a lot of snow in Lethal Weapon.
And brother,
Not so much in Die Hard.
well, there was a little bit of snow in Die Hard, just enough.
Very
you know,
little.
Very little. Well,
Very
that's
little.
good, man. That's good. You know, I mean, just say no. It was the '80s, though, brother. It was the '80s.
Mm.
So, Mike, are you willing to concede yet?
No, absolutely not.
Did Dustin not help
Nope.
change your mind?
Oh, good God, no. It just reaffirmed me of everything I was talking about.
Well, Dustin, if you're out there listening, brother, I think you were spot on. I think everything you said was on point. And Mikey just being stubborn.
I think he was
at this
spotty.
Point, no, man.
Not spot on, but
Dude, at
very
this point,
spotty.
you're just being stubborn, bro. I think Mikey deep down knows it, and he's like, well, I want to put on a show for the podcast.
Yeah, that's exactly what's
he's
happening.
working.
All right.
It's a work.
So,
Okay,
so there's
it's a
very
work.
little Christmas stuff. Let's get to the end. All right. Blah, blah. Christmas packing tape.
Listen
blah,
at him,
blah.
man. He over here still
All right.
dogging out the tape, man.
Yep.
So the scene everybody's waiting for, Hans Gruber falls to his death in
Well,
slow motion.
Well, let's not forget before that, man, how we had the tower get lit up for Christmas. You know, when they blew up the roof. I mean, man, that was one of the best Christmas, light ups I've ever seen. Come on, Puffworth. It was very Christmassy, man. Yule logs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the tower was on fire, man. Christmas spirit was everywhere. Yeah, man. I think you need to give a little bit more props to that.
Puzzwork. Give
Or
me
how
those,
about early
give me
on
those
in the
gloves
movie
back
when
there?
Ellis is
give
trying to
me those gloves
woo
back
Holly,
there.
and she gives the whole Christmas.
I'm going to try not to
line
beat
and
up this
shit.
movie too bad.
Damn it, Mike.
But no, I mean, okay. So Hans Gruber, boom, falls.
You're right.
Okay.
Man, you act like it ain't
Couple-
nothing to it, man. He's all like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
Hunger Falls, whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Rudolph. Yeah, his nose lit up. He flew Santa, whatever. Fuck it. I mean, geez.
Well, is that really, is that what you want to see, or you want to see everything in between there?
Well, I want to see the
Because
whole thing.
you've seen all this,
and you
see
can
that
see the
every
whole
day.
thing on Christmas when they run Die Hard for
Thank
24
you.
hours.
Yeah, right beside Lethal Weapon, right? Right. Oh, that's right. They don't play
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
Yes, they absolutely do too.
Right. Yeah.
Check that out, IFC.
That's what they do.
Maybe on the Maypop channel.
No,
man.
IFC. Unedited
Shit, I know they ain't playing that motherfucker unedited.
on IFC.
Really? Do they?
Absolutely.
They put on stuff on there all the time.
Do they? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, like I say, it's on the Maypop channel, man.
Oh, man.
Yes.
You get the cut up version on Spike TV, don't you?
I got DVD, man. I got it for Christmas.
Put in between Star Wars,
Hey, mother freaker.
Phantom Menace, another great Christmas classic.
Dude,
Yeah.
now you need to put the bottle down, brother. I don't know where we're going with this.
No,
You'd
let's
better
go.
drive home. You're
sarcastic.
too fucked up to walk.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro.
I'm being sarcastic. But that's all they play at Christmas on Spike. Star Wars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Man, that's true.
I don't know why.
Just like Lethal Weapon, man. I'm trying to figure it out.
No,
you know?
Spike never played with the
Well,
weapon.
no, I'm just
Star
saying,
Wars
I-
is
Damn.
associated with Christmas, but it's
Well, it has a
not
holiday
even
special.
remotely a Christmas. We're not talking about that.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
We talked about.
Well,
the
we'll
other
talk
week,
about the
you know,
Boba Fett
the
segment,
Boba
and
Fett
that's
stuff
it.
was
That's
cool.
all we'll
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
man, you don't celebrate Life Day? And unfortunately, that didn't have
you do-
subtitles either.
Hey, you do an incredible impression
That
of
was
B.
actually
Arthur.
Y'all leave me alone now. Shit. Okay, man.
Okay,
That's
so-
Jeff.
All right.
Jeff is B. Arthur.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Hojo's no, what? Blanche.
Getty,
Blanche.
Blanche.
What was it? Rue McClanahan. That's Hojo. I'm Betty White.
Jesus
We,
Christ.
we are the Golden Girls.
Oh. Okay. So
I don't even know what to say about that.
the couple.
guys.
All right. Very end. Here
Shout
we
out
go.
to the other old ass MWF wrestler.
They're out there. What did he say? What?
We're here at the end.
Jeff's pissing his pants right now.
Yeah.
Hans is fallen, and
Like the Christmas snow.
Yeah.
You know.
in a moment, lifted from Lethal Weapon,
Alright.
where Carl
Actually, not lifted. From
It was
Lethal
not.
Weapon.
Here he goes.
It was absolutely.
pulls
not.
the gun.
It's in the book.
Thank you. So in other words, Lethal Weapon
Slow-
made it live
Carl,
from that.
i-
Okay.
is the slow motion shot in
In the book?
in the book.
Well, you don't do slow motion
Because
shots in the book.
I mean,
I think Mikey's reading this.
because
slow.
it looks exactly like when Mr. Joshua gets shot up and dies
Nah, man. Like, once again,
by,
Lethal Weapons,
by Al Powell.
which Al was the man. You know, I did say Argyle was the unsung hero. Al's up
Sergeant
there.
Al Powell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Al Powell was the man, brother. He was
I
the
think
Him and his bag
two-
of Twinkies.
man. Yes, sir.
definitely my two favorite
Where
characters.
they also say
Hans-
Merry Christmas in the convenience store.
That's right.
God damn it.
Another one, Mike. Here's another one, dude. Where did they even say Merry Christmas and Lethal Weapon? I don't
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
When? I know Mike wrote that shit down. 22 minutes and 13 seconds.
Now, when they're doing the
Yeah, when do they say it?
I don't recall it.
when they're doing the heroin deal with
Oh, I think he does.
yeah,
doesn't he?
with the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you know you're using mercenaries, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. The guy's freaking
Yeah,
out.
he says Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. He does.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
knew that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where the hell did you
Merry
get him?
Christmas.
Psychos R Us?
Yeah. I forgot about that scene.
But
Mr. Joshua, have Endo look at that.
Yes.
then that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I you know, Mike, I'm gonna say
We got no
this.
Christmas lead out.
Were you talking about Die Hard?
Yeah.
Man, they sing a song, or they have a Christmas song at the end, don't they?
Mm-mm.
I just watched the shit yesterday, man. I don't know.
Wow.
I watched it on a Wednesday.
Shut up, Buzzword. Damn it, man. But nah, dude. Well, okay.
I don't
All right,
remember
let-
what the ending
It
music
seems
is.
like they did play something. I don't know. But anyway,
They probably played "Ode to Joy" again.
which is a Christmas
Oh,
song.
that's not a Christmas
God
song.
damn it! Yes, it is.
Oh.
This is Christmas.
This is Christmas.
Is it?
So it's isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is Christmas. Because we're talking about Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie. Well, in my opinion, it's not the greatest, but it's definitely one of the best, man. Definitely.
I don't know.
top
To me, it's the greatest Christmas
Is it-
movie.
is it the greatest?
It's my favorite Christmas movie.
Well, I think we will do a top 3 today of Christmas movies, definitely. So,
Well, let's break this down, Joe Bob style. 2 sets of boobs. Naked breasts.
2 naked breasts.
right. Okay.
Right. No male butt.
Which is of course.
No way.
Dom, do you
Yeah.
Takes it out of the running for her
Yeah.
automatically.
thumbs
Okay.
down?
Glass foo.
Glass foo.
All right.
Yeah, that's about it, ain't it?
It's still
Lots
man,
of gunfire.
lots.
Even without the Mel Gibson, but I mean, you can't. I'm sorry.
Dom, so you're saying you're going
What?
Die Hard on this one? That's another one for Die Hard, bro. Brother.
The wild
Okay.
child gets a face of green mist.
Man, this is.
Let's see.
Jeez.
Let's body
Would you rather
count.
us just take
Let's
it in
talk
the
about
back?
the body count. Body count 19.
Okay.
Way down from Lethal Weapon.
But man, are we talking quantity or quality?
I think we're talking quality.
quality.
I
here,
think
bro.
we're talking
It's
quality.
almost like Christmas
For
presents,
sure.
man. Would you
Yeah.
rather have a bunch of little bullshit like Lethal Weapon, or would you rather have
It's
a
an action
few,
movie.
that try to be a Christmas movie?
No,
whereas
it's an
Die
action
Hard
movie.
was a Christmas movie that just kind of became an action movie while it was at it, man.
It was an action movie with a Christmas tree in it.
Well, I don't think you can really use body count as a gauge of how good of an action movie it is.
Oh,
Or-
absolutely.
If we're gonna
can.
do that,
Or a Christmas
Absolutely
movie.
can.
Or-
if we're going to use body counts as a gauge of how good a
Silent
movie
Night,
is in
Deadly
its
Night.
genre, we're going to be knocking Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre down a couple notches too.
That's
Oh,
true.
for sure.
That's true, man.
But
you know, Mike,
in this action
Which is why I'm not
Christmas
gonna do
movie,
that.
I say definitely body count counts.
I disagree with that, man. Once again, I go with quality over quantity, man. I mean, I'd rather have a couple really cool presents under my tree than a bunch of bullshit under my tree. And that's
Well, we
what I
can-
kind
we
of
can
get with
look at
Lethal
the-
Weapon.
well, we
There's a
can-
bunch
we
of
can look
What do you
bullshit
want?
under my
Socks and underwear or Hans Gruber falling off
Thank you.
Nakatomi Plaza?
Oh my God!
Hey, I
man.
love
Lethal-
socks and underwear.
Hey, I do too.
You said that just the
I
other
actually
day.
need some
You
myself,
might
you
need
know?
socks and underwear, but you want Hans Gruber
Thank
falling
you.
off Nakatomi
Thank
Plaza.
you, man. Thank
Hey,
you.
I say,
Thank you. I don't even know.
I don't know. I say, Mitchell Ryan, roasts his nuts on,
Mikey, I'm just waiting for you to make a good argument,
No,
man.
I think I nailed this. I think we should leave it up to a vote, online
Dude.
vote,
And on,
Online vote?
brother,
Damn.
you're still
YouTube. I say YouTube.
or
and the
Facebook.
listeners.
Yeah, man, put it on our Facebook and our YouTube,
Yeah.
man. We can see this week.
No, wait, hold
Absolutely.
up. We are going to require voter ID, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
God damn it!
I want to see a bunch of Tom McClanes on there.
With different profile pics of Bruce
Yeah.
Willis.
Yeah.
Hey, do I get points if I vote as Joe Leland? Because that was McClane's name in the book.
Yeah.
But you know, man, I think, Mike, you make a good point, brother. Let's take it to the PUDs, man. Let's
Absolutely,
let
man.
everybody else out there have a voice. I think here in the PUDcave today, though, it's pretty overwhelmingly pro Die Hard. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3. Pudsworth, what do you say, brother? Die Hard? Die Hard?
Yeah, it is.
Damn it, Mike.
Hey,
you're,
you know
you're,
what?
You're the last rebel, bro.
You
You're
know-
on the hill by yourself, man. You're surrounded, man. It's.
You know what? You know what?
I
Listen,
know,
And
we
she
had
got Mel Gibson ass and still
but
picked
that's
Die Hard.
what I'm saying.
Listen,
I can take that.
That
you
ought
know
to
what?
say a lot.
You know what the German translation for Die Hard is?
Oh, God.
Here we go.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what the German
the,
translation?
the whole
The
thing.
German translation for Die Hard. You know what it is?
Best Christmas movie ever.
No,
I don't even think that's German, actually.
The Hard.
The Hard? Well, let's talk about that
You're welcome.
McGangbang again.
You're welcome.
Let's
You're
go.
welcome.
God damn it, man.
Where are my keys?
yeah.
All right, let me throw a curveball at y'all on
Bro,
this
that's
one.
all you've been throwing, Mike.
Yeah, you've been striking out the whole time.
Shit, man.
Well, here you go. Here comes a big one. Here comes a big one. Here comes a big one.
Unresolved.
Here comes a big one. Another Christmas movie, action movie that doesn't get talked about at all.
All right.
Rambo, First Blood.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Huh.
that's right.
You know, I haven't watched that movie. It's
There
been too
is,
long.
however, no mention of Christmas in the
No.
movie.
But it is
There's
at Christmas
trees.
time.
There's trees
Sure
around.
enough. Sure
Trees
enough.
around.
banner.
Lights in
They
the
are.
city, but nobody says Merry
It's
Christmas
never-
or anything.
Nobody
like
actually says it, but there's a Merry Christmas banner
Yeah.
across the street.
I don't know, man. I'd have to go back and watch it with that
Check it out.
mentality.
that.
I haven't watched
it
it in a
a
while.
couple
Especially
nights ago. It was on Bravo, I think it was.
Really?
Definitely
No,
at the-
BBC. It was on BBC. They were doing a marathon.
Damn, man, I haven't watched First Blood Part 1 in well, like I said, I hate to admit it's been years and years. So I need to go back.
Yeah, it's set during Christmas time.
No
He's right.
shit.
Yeah.
But see, I think it's okay. I'm willing to concede something. Now, let me kind of hit the brakes here for a second. I will concede after talking and going back and forth with you guys a little bit. I do think Lethal Weapon could possibly be a Christmas movie. I'll concede to that. Okay, it's a Christmas movie. Pretty low on the Christmas movie list, though, brother. Overall, Lethal Weapon's very high up on my list. Overall, action movie, buddy cop, there's none better. I mean, hell, man, it started the genre. Really. Christmas movies, man, it's down there pretty low, brother. Can't lie. But I will concede, when I walked into the PUDcave today, I'm like, Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas movie. These guys cannot talk me into it. I'm just not hearing it. After listening to what you guys have said, I will put it up there. But Mike, to put it above Die Hard, brother,
I have to
I
put it
can't do
above
that.
it.
I think, man, you're on some heavy LSD, brother. And I only have 2 questions. A, where'd you get it? And B, can I have some?
Well,
Because maybe then
get up
I
with
too
me. Get
would
up
think.
with me later, and we'll talk. But
We can't talk about it on
I'm
here.
telling you, no.
I can see
I
it.
still
Well,
still stand by it.
as a fan of LSD, that I'll neither confirm nor deny that. I think he was probably on it too.
Yeah, pretty heavy shit, man. I'm just over here mad. I'm like, damn, dude, really?
Yeah, and
Pass it
I
around?
think you'll see a lot of people feel the same way.
I think, man, that you are absolutely wrong. I think 100%. Dude,
After this podcast,
if we
I
put
think-
this up and we ask people to put their opinions,
yes,
I will go ahead and put it on paper right now. You heard it here first on the podcast. Not one person will agree with you, Mike.
okay.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, that's
bro.
pretty bold.
That's a bold statement, but I'm going
I
with
think
it.
he'll.
I'll-
I think he'll have some
I'll take
agreement.
that.
You think
I
so?
think. I think
I'll
some
take
people
that.
will agree with him because it is a Christmas movie. It's a very
It
good
is.
Christmas
It
movie.
is a good.
It's just not Die Hard.
It's just not Die Hard, man. It's just not Die Hard. Well, Mike, we're going to go around in circles this forever. I mean, this
Oh, for sure.
conversation is not
We'll
over.
meet up next year on it.
Oh, dude, we'll be up in a decade. God damn, man, we'll be
It's gonna
90
be an
years
annual
old.
thing.
Yeah, man. Motherfucker. Lethal Weapon 20 was the best one. But, well, Mike, man, I mean, we're still pretty early in this thing. I guess we ought to go ahead and start maybe shifting gears. You want to talk about some other Christmas movies while we're here? And maybe get a top 3 from some people, see what we got going on?
Yeah,
Because
man.
I'd like to hear about some other Christmas movies as well.
Well, we kind of touched on Rambo. Is there anything that comes to your mind?
Well, Gremlins, in my opinion, is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Okay.
I just
Where
gotta
would you
throw
put that? Where would you put that though?
What, Gremlins?
Not as like a traditional Christmas movie, but where would you put that as far as, yeah, like we did with this Christmas action movies?
Right.
Where would you put Gremlins?
I guess maybe a little bit horror, possibly. Maybe Christmas horror-ish. Very low-end horror.
Man, I don't know. It
Sci-fi.
bounces around enough to
It's
to
great.
me.
It's
I
great.
can't put it in a category because
Yeah.
there's horror, there's
Comedy.
comedy, there's action.
Yeah.
Where do you throw it?
Fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
got
there's
that,
it's
you know?
it's almost as if there's equal amounts of everything.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
really don't know where to put it.
To me, Gremlins is damn near the perfect movie. I mean, if you haven't been able to tell, I love that movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, always have been ever since I saw it the first time in the theater, you know, back in the day. To me, it's without a doubt my favorite Christmas movie. Without a doubt. Christmas Story's up there too, man. We've actually got a little bit of hate on the Christmas Story today. You know,
can't
Dustin
stand
brought
that
it up
movie.
slightly, and
I cannot
You
stand
can't
it.
stand it. I love the movie.
I
still
love
love
a
the
Christmas
movie.
Story. I love a Christmas
And-
Story. Don, do you like a Christmas Story? Yes, that's another thumbs up. Okay,
Buds?
Pudsworth, how about you, bro? That's well, Chris
The-
Isenburg.
the
Now
only
you,
one.
He's
now
got,
you
he's got a
outgunned
microphone
the only
me.
one.
in front of him and he gives a thumbs up.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
That's all right. I got green. I got green mist. I
Call
got
that
red
shot.
mist. I got green and red mist. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas Eve, man.
Oh,
I got the leg lamp at home. I mean,
So you do have the leg lamp? Oh, that's
that's
amazing.
Like the lifestyle.
The one from Italy, Fragile.
I know everybody loves it.
I love that.
Everybody thinks it's the greatest thing since
Love
napkins,
it.
and I just can't do it, man.
Dude, the scene where he's like climbing up the slide going back to Santa Claus to come about the BB gun.
Yeah.
And he pushes him down with his foot. Come on, man. That's best scene ever.
I just
Get outta here.
can't get with
Just
it,
shoot
man.
your eye out, kid.
No, the best
Oh.
thing was the freaking prisoners escaping shooting.
That was a good scene too, man.
that's
Yeah.
shooting an ass.
I mean,
I- anything
love
with the old man to me is just
it. Perfect. When the hounds come in, destroy the
Yeah.
ducky, man. And they cut the head off the duck in the restaurant.
He's
Oh,
still
man,
smiling.
that's
It
amazing.
makes me want to go take out.
Yeah, Chinese takeout.
For Christmas.
Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
Boy, you
oh
couldn't do
goddamn!
that shit anymore.
All right.
That's Jason Fingerpeel. I've been doing better, man. I've been doing a lot better. So let me ask you, Chris. Well, let me ask Mike before I get to Chris. I was going to ask him his top three.
Yeah.
Do you have a top three Christmas movies?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Lethal Weapon.
I knew it. You
Christmas.
won't let the shit go, will you, man? You're just not going to let it go.
Christmas Story.
Perfect.
And wow, God, picking a third one, that's tough.
Die Hard.
It's got to be Die Hard.
Mm.
Really? You want to put Die Hard in your top three? Really?
Well, no, he's going backwards. Lethal Weapon was 3.
Oh, no,
Christmas Story was 2.
see.
Die Hard's 1.
I
I don't
got
even
you.
have to
3,
say
2,
that.
1. Okay, that makes sense. That
I'd
makes
have to say
sense.
Christmas Vacation.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
That's a great one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Dawn, how about you? You need a microphone for this one. Come on, Dawn. We just called you out. Come on.
No, I'm just agreeing with some of the stuff y'all are saying.
All right. Well, okay. Well,
I like horror over a lot of stuff.
Me too. I'm a big horror fan.
As far as a new thing, I sort of like Krampus.
Krampus was
That's
cool.
actually
I
a
like
good one.
Krampus actually. I
think
thought that was a pretty
I
good one.
think it could be something I could watch every year.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I'm included with what y'all have already said.
I can dig that. Krampus was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did. And I like that whole mythology around him too. You know, see, I didn't even know about that till a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what's Krampus? You know, they don't
Wow.
teach us shit in West
no,
Lincoln, man.
they don't.
You know,
That's what you get in the middle of the night when
when you wake up or sleep wrong, got a Krampus.
I got the Krampus. I got the Krampus man.
Got to work your shit out, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Weisenberg, do you have three, bro?
I have more of a 2.5
Okay.
because 1 is not actually a movie.
Okay.
So the 3, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, TV show,
Perfect.
not that stupid ass movie.
Right. Thank you.
So that's where the half comes in because
Yeah.
it's only 30 minutes long.
Love the Grinch. You know, Mikey don't like the Grinch, bro.
Really?
Never got into the
He
Grinch.
don't like the
Wow.
Grinch.
Yeah.
Everybody looked at Mikey like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was always a big Dr. Seuss guy. You
Yeah.
know.
I was never
Growing
big
up.
into Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
And even more into Dr. Seuss once I discovered LSD.
It helps.
Did I say that out loud?
What?
Edit that.
Oh, God, no way, brother.
Sure.
I'm telling myself like every week, man. Jesus Christ, I'll never get a job, man. You did what in the 90s?
So yeah, number 3 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Perfect.
2 is Black Christmas.
I'm not familiar
Okay,
with
yeah.
that one.
Wow.
Not
Good stuff.
familiar. I'll
Christmas
check it
horror.
out.
Yeah.
74, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, I gotta go find it.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
And number 1, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Okay.
So,
Pudsworth, you got 3, bro?
Number 1 would be Gremlins. Number 2 would be guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
You didn't sound very
But
convincing there, bro.
there's other movies I like besides Die Hard.
Do I have enough room in here to do a Shining Wizard?
Yes.
Okay.
If not, man, we'll take it outside.
What would be number 3? I
Get
guess
that
the Grinch. Oh, Isenburg.
Okay.
Was it Lethal Weapon?
Okay, yeah, man. You don't even have Lethal Weapon
I don't
over there.
remember what back in the Grinch, so I guess it's shit.
Well, my top 3 are definitely Die Hard comes in at 3. I mean, no, excuse me. Actually, Die Hard's 4. Yeah, you're going to pick. Everybody's going to be mad when I tell you what my number 3 is. Number 1's Gremlins. Number 2's A Christmas Story. Man, number 3's Elf. I fucking love Elf, man. I fucking love Elf.
There's about to be a heel turn. I hate that movie too. God.
I've been drinking.
What's
been
in that
drinking
cup there?
Dude, y'all don't like Elf though, for real?
God,
I
it's
mean,
so stupid.
That's the
I
point,
can't
though,
stand
man.
it.
I love Elf.
Oh,
Down the
I just,
table, run across.
Oh yeah, man. Santa,
When Will
come
Will
on.
Ferrell's trying to be funny, it doesn't work.
See, dude,
And I think he's trying to be funny. in
I
that movie.
disagree, man. I love Elf. Elf is one of my all-time favorites, man.
I think if he's
Love
not
it.
trying to be
Love it,
funny,
love it.
he's hilarious.
Oh, dude. But that's my top 3, man.
not the Santa Claus or the.
Nah. Lethal Weapon's probably, like number 25, you know.
Well, you just sold everybody with that choice. Will Ferrell.
Dude, hey, man, I'm a fan, brother. I've always liked, I like most of his stuff, man. I like, like
How do you
Ricky
feel about
Bobby's
Vince
Step
Vaughn
Brothers.
as Fred Claus?
I never watched that
I
one.
don't think
Oh
I've ever
god,
seen
that was
that.
about as
I never
horrible as
watched.
Elf.
Dude, come on now, man. Well, you also think Lethal Weapon's the best Christmas movie, so, Well, my brother, where else do we want to go from here, man?
I don't know if we can go anywhere else from there.
This is actually a short episode, brother.
Oh, I'm sure there's quite a few.
Oh, man, Jesus, dude. Well, hell, I don't know where to go from here, man. So we have not conceded one way or the other.
No, absolutely. Not.
Yeah, I mean, you are sticking to your guns on this thing. Lethal Weapon is better than Die Hard. Jesus Christ, man. I just don't even know where to
for
go
sure.
from there. I just don't know what to do, man. I think at
You
this
got to
point-
admire his conviction.
I do that. Even though I think deep down Mikey knows that Die Hard's
He does.
better.
He
He's
does.
just, man, it's that old pro wrestler in him. They still want to try to put it over, try to sell a little bit, do a little bit of work here and there. It's all good, bro.
Would you say I'm as stubborn as John McClane is? The tragic John McClane, as stubborn in his broken marriage.
Well, man, I think the entire point of Die Hard was this. The man was trying to give his daughter a teddy bear Christmas present. When it all really boils down, man, that's what the whole movie was about. What's the first thing we see? We see John McClane with the teddy bear under his arm, getting it off the plane. What's the last thing we see? We see that teddy bear in the back of the limousine. Is Argyle.
They're both redemption stories.
They both are. They both are. I
What
just
a-
think Die
Just to
Hard's-
varying degrees of.
Yeah.
What did he get the son?
It was being shipped in, brother. It was being shipped in. Argyle was actually taking care of that.
Maybe it was in the luggage.
It was in the luggage, man. Yes, it
Maybe it was in the luggage.
Well, Mike, brother. Mike, bro, why don't you tell the PUDs out there a little bit about what we're going on here at GameSwap, though, man? Are you still doing the naughty list this week, or?
Yeah, that actually ends today.
Oh, well, shit, never
Yeah.
mind.
And how the hell are you not on every rung on that
I've
ladder?
already been on it, bro.
Yeah, he's already
I've
been on it.
man.
Yeah, already put him on it.
How are you not on it now?
Dude, I paid. I had to pay to get off.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we got a lot of names and so we raised a good bit of money for that, and with Christian Ministries toy drive and the food drive and everything, and with hats, got a lot of donations for that. So yeah, and it was good.
That's
it was
cool.
a really good year.
That's good, man. And well, Mike, brother, anything you want? I mean, like I said, dude, we're kind of cutting it a little short today, but man, I think we pretty much hit on all the points. Chris, why don't you plug us?
I think I've said what I need to say.
Yeah, I think you have to, Mike. And I think you really didn't make any points, brother.
He was speaking in code. He was really telling us all that he feels that Die Hard's the best Christmas movie ever.
Mike, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out here, brother. I think, man, today was a waste of your time, man. I really do.
I do. I really do. I wrote all this stuff down, and
Dude, y'all out there listen to have
y'all
no
didn't learn a
idea.
damn thing.
We're stubborn, brother. We're stubborn, man. Just like when I went to regular school, it's like, fuck, I don't know. But Now, I think this was a fun discussion.
Man, I just
was
realized
fun.
another Christmas movie.
Let's see.
Better Off Dead.
Was that Christmas?
Yes.
Wow.
Really? It was, wasn't
Yes.
it? Damn,
Yeah.
it was. Jeez, that's another one I
Wow.
have to
It's
check
Christmas.
out, man. I want my $2. Love that movie, man. Love
He
that
fixed the
movie.
garage door. She said it was a Christmas miracle. They
That's
had
right.
the reindeer jackets.
What was the name of that director? Steve Holland. Is that right?
Savage Steve Holland.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Great. Because he's the same guy that did One Crazy Summer.
Mhm.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
That's another good one.
That's a
too.
great one, man. I love
Yeah,
that
Better
movie.
Off Dead Christmas movie.
I mean, damn, man.
Scrooged.
Scrooged.
Scrooge.
Batman Returns.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Batman Returns, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Set during
It
Christmas
is.
There you
as
go.
well.
Yeah, it really is.
We can definitely do another episode on just
Just Christmas movies.
Christmas movies
Yeah.
altogether.
I think Mike
Well,
did
hell,
the
you've been
argument.
complaining about it being so short. Let's just keep
If he
going.
picks the worst one that nobody likes, then he wants to argue
No,
with
that's
it.
exactly
Hey,
what he's
I
doing.
pick-
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I fight for the underdog.
Just-
Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yes.
Thank you, Dawn.
Just in
Thank
case
you.
you didn't hear what Dawn said, she said Mikey just likes to argue.
No.
He picks the one.
What she actually
the
said-
worst choice of the
No.
worst choice.
On
of
everything.
everything.
What
Anything and everything.
what she said is, I fight for the underdog. I'm a champion for the unseen, the unheard.
When I heard Lethal Weapon, I was like, what?
That was my reaction. I was like, dude, do you really want to do this? Well, you know, it was funny because I reached out to Dustin. And then I was like, I'm going to reach out to Chris Isenburg. This is kind of a short notice thing, you actually coming in today.
Yeah.
And Mike's like, well, just bring him in. And I was like, well, shit, let me see if he can come. We'll just get him in here live. And I was this close to asking Dustin to come in. But two things stopped me. One, I know Dustin's work schedule would be kind of, hectic. And the other thing, I was like, I just don't want us to beat the hell out of Mike. I was like, dude, we'll just keep Dustin to a clip. We'll bring Eisenberg in. We can't have both these guys and myself.
That's
in
your Christmas
here.
spirit showing through, right?
It is, man. That was my Christmas present to you, Mike. Was not to ask Dustin.
Oh, I
to
think
actually
it,
come
I
in
think
person.
it, I think it would have taken him 3 hours just to go through the whole movie.
Dude, at first I thought it was a Scott St. James promo.
Those headphones figured out. out.
Brother, I'm gonna get some hella comments after saying that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Dustin likes to fuck with me on YouTube, bro. He likes to fuck, always thumbs down his old jokes,
Right.
always thumb them down, like.
Well, Chris, what you got going on?
Yeah, man, why don't you put over some of the stuff you got going on?
I'm
bro?
here in the PUDcave. That's where I'm at.
But don't you
No, I
have,
mean,
but you
upcoming.
gotta- yeah,
Upcoming.
Man, talk about your projects, man. Screwbiter, Clint
man.
Mephisto, MWF. You got a lot of shit
Stuff
going
that
on,
actually
bro.
matters.
WWF's, I think we're on hiatus till I think the second week of January.
Really?
So,
Okay.
something like that. What else am I doing? You're talking about the radio show. Next week will be the annual shit-kicking Christmas, as I call it.
Nice.
Nothing but the show is 1960s to back to the 20s, old country, rockabilly, psychobilly,
Right.
50s rock and roll, shit like that, surf rock, stuff like that.
Right.
Every year I do Christmas-themed music. I stay away from the religious stuff, obviously.
No
but-
way. You?
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be dropping probably the next day or two, and excuse me. Yeah, doing the Screwbiter thing. I do masks, props, art, shit like that. So
Cool, man. Brother, anytime that you want to come on here, put over your stuff, put it over, brother. We've been a little slack with you, Chris. I'm not going to lie. That's my fault. I do try to put over podcasts and radio shows. I've been a little slack with yours, man. I caught myself.
you're probably better at promoting than I am.
Well, I just feel kind of like an asshole sometimes, man, because I'll go back and I'll listen to the show and I'm like, well, I put over P Rich Nation, I put over Midnight Drive-In, put over This Is a Work, I put over the Millennium Wrestling Federation, and that was me putting them guys over just now.
Right.
So that was in real time. But I'm like, damn, I never put over Eisenberg, man.
Well, a lot of my stuff is kind of a niche crowd anyway.
It is,
Yeah.
man. I've actually tried listening to your music when I'm lifting weights and
Yeah.
Nah. I just can't. Because with P Ridge Nation, they play more metal,
Yeah.
heavier stuff where you're more the rockabilly, like you were just saying, which is great music, man. I love that stuff. But I don't drink anymore either.
Right.
And I do think your music is great drinking music.
Oh God,
brother.
yes.
I
It's
mean,
great drinking music. I do the show drunk.
Yeah. There you go. Since I don't drink anymore, it's not as.
When I pitched
know.
the show originally, I was doing a goth and industrial show,
Right.
and I had been doing that for I think 7 years, and I wanted to do another show, just kind of do both of them, So I pitched the idea of the rockabilly and the vintage country and all that, and they're like, "Great!" And I said, "What else do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Well, are we regulated by anything? Because we're internet radio.
Right.
It's like, what can I get away with? They're like, you can say whatever you want. I said, okay, well, I'm planning to do the show drunk.
Perfect.
They're like, go ahead, do it. So I start drinking when I put together the set list. By the time I'm, hit that record button, I'm probably like 7 or 8 beers in.
So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever comes out of my mouth goes on the air.
Yeah,
No
that's-
retakes, no
No
nothing.
edits. No,
No.
that's how we do, man.
Yeah.
We do it live,
So,
man. I mean, even though we're not technically live, we're about as close to live as you can get.
I think one of my highest rated shows, I was actually so wasted that I had no
Don't
idea
even
what I was playing.
remember
I had
Oh
no
shit!
clue.
People liked it.
I deleted the set list on the computer. Like, I accidentally deleted the set list. None of the songs had titles on them.
Wow.
So I was like, here's the fucking song.
Hope you like it, motherfuckers. All right, well, guys, I guess Mike, you got anything you want to end us with?
No, this has been fun. This has been
I
fun
know, right?
for sure.
Now this was a fun one.
This is a lot of fun.
This was a good discussion. We didn't really accomplish anything, but we never do.
No,
I mean, when the fuck have
that,
we ever?
that wasn't the
accomplished
point.
shit, man?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'm just glad we didn't beat you up. Mike, I gotta say, bro, you stood your ground today, man. I mean, you came prepared. I mean, my man had a trapper keeper. Full.
Well, once you started throwing out McGangbang and tagging, I kind of clinched up. So
downhill, brother. Which is about on par with the podcast.
there you go.
First 5 minutes.
I mean,
First 5.
5 minutes, it was like, okay, well, fuck it, here we are.
Yep.
Should I hit stop? Hell no.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
But no, I appreciate it. Chris, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having
Dawn,
me.
thank you for being
Thank
here.
you, thank you.
Pudsworth, thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you, Pudsworth, in the house as
Yeah,
always.
when Finger reached out, I thought we were doing the A-Team episode. I was like, are we doing that now? Like, I thought that was next year.
That's coming down the road.
Little teaser for something to look forward to. And, yeah, man, we got a lot of cool stuff lined up for 2019. We won't go into a lot of detail. We're going to save that. But
Did I let the cat out of the bag?
a little bit, little spoiler.
Sprinkle,
Just-
little sprinkle.
It's a teaser, man.
It's a little sprinkle.
Teaser. But man, that A-Team episode. Well, since you did spoil it, we're gonna go ahead and talk just briefly about it. Man, I've been going back and watch some of these episodes. Oh man, dude, this shit's great. It's so great, man. It's all golden, man. I just watched the Hogan episode 2 nights ago.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, it's great. But we'll get into that a lot more in detail next year for sure. All right, well, Mike, brother, anything?
That's good.
Don, do you have anything you want to say before we head out?
No, I'm good.
Not a thing. P-Dub, how about you, bro?
I'm good.
You good? Isenburg, anything you want to end us with?
May the forces of good become lost on the way to your homes.
Hell, man, I can't say nothing of that.
There you go.
All right. Till next time, y'all have a good one.
Getting too old for this shit.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Perfect, man.
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to
This has
go.
been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.